The 12th. Yes. Today's kind of a momentous occasion. Doesn't seem like much, but as I probably won't be making a video tomorrow, it's a Saturday, today's the 1 month anniversary of my, at least the introduction video, which is on the 13th of September, and this being the 12th, whatever. So, also, this is the first day in 85 days that we've had rain here, and probably why the lighting's a little bit funky. We actually have clouds overhead. Like thick clouds overhead. It's kind of washing out the sky, and I don't get I can't even find shadows. I know that there are shadows somewhere because there are some places that look darker, but they're so indistinct. Yeah. Because everything's quasi-gray and emitting light. So, yeah. Got a bunch of bungholes on the Golden Lotus dailies right now, sitting there with their giant proto-drakes and stuff, blocking everybody. I'm going to walk around. Need to wait for those bungholes to leave. So, I'm going to refill my coffee. Walked over to the kitchen. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is an actual challenge that I can make to some neurotypicals that watch this, or if it's even one of those that, is a valid way of, challenging someone. But I want neurotypicals, or anybody for that matter, if you don't consider yourself neurotypical, to try to make a conscious point to really listen to the sounds that you cause all the time. And, it doesn't seem like much to you guys, much at all, but it's like, oh, well, I don't want to use that much water. I don't need that much water. Why turn it on full blast? Turn it on all the way. By the way, did you know that those faucets scream like a dying bunny? Most people don't actually even know. They don't hear it. This morning was just really... I had to turn the sound off on my computer and about turned the television off because there was just so many sources of sound. A boyfriend was making sniffling noises because he's coming over a cold, and there's crinkling from him getting bread out and meat for his sandwiches, and of opening up the taco dip, and the roommate's in there, and she's playing music on her phone while she's getting ready in her bathroom, and all I can hear is from her phone because it's so quiet that I can't actually hear what's actually going on. I can just hear the really potent downbeat, which sounds like clicking because it's a phone. Or I'm hearing a really high-pitched like cymbal tapping, but I'm not actually hearing the rest of it. And she runs her water really slowly or on full, I don't know, but it screams to high hell. And the television was going, and the computer sounds were going, and I could hear the rain outside. Because this is when it was a little bit harder. It's tapered off now. And then there was a leaf blower guy, probably one of the long guys. They come around on Friday, but it seems kind of silly that they will come. That they might come Monday. Anyways, and to the rest of you, you probably are just like, oh yeah, tune it out. I can't. I'm trying to tune it out. I literally have to turn things off because I can't tune them out. It's nice that it's quiet in here today. The rain stopped. The second hand is ticking. There's that. Yeah, I could hear that. And that wasn't not, and the OCD of mine, that was not in time with her music. So I could hear. Which one was the second hand? You don't know. Because they were about the same sound. Yeah, it was just a noisy morning, and it wasn't even from my neighbors. And I talked with my guild leader, and she says that I'm not quite sure what she was saying. I get the general gist of it, but I'm not sure if she was meaning that she's going crazy, paying attention to all the sounds that she makes. We actually had a decent chat about how people walk. I'm going to make a sound video. I'm not going to play sounds, I'm just going to talk. And I'm going to talk about all the various different sounds and just sort of general things that have come to my mind over the last week. This is the blog, and I don't want to get too preachy. Preachy. Oh, I had ghetto enchiritos today. I actually had to look up enchirito to figure out how it was spelled because my phone didn't know it. I had completely forgotten that it was a made-up Taco Bell word. And I say they're ghetto because they were in like semi-stale tortillas that I'd forgotten about because I've been making tacos and the boyfriend hasn't been making his breakfast burritos. So we had like 3 tortillas up there that were kind of getting a little crusty. So I kind of nuked them in some paper towels with water on them so that they freshen up just a little bit. And then I put 6 cheese Italian on them and the shredded blend from Kraft? Whatever. And then I put pepperoni slices on it. And then I nuked that for a little bit on like 50% power in the microwave for about a minute. And it kind of bubbled the pepperoni, and then I rolled them up really fast. And then I put them down on a plate and scribbled Taco Bell hot sauce over them. And I was like, it's a really ghetto enchilada. And they were terrible. I put probably a little too much cheese in them. Yeah, it was like, oh, the oil from the pepperoni and the cheese that was nuked. Anybody, if you have any idea what I'm talking about, that's nauseating. And yet I drink coffee constantly. Go figure. So my money has not come in yet. I'm fearing that I gave them slightly wrong information. I mean, still to the best of my knowledge, which is what they asked, but I'm starting to think back and it wasn't completely right about direct deposit checking numbers and whatnot. And, 3 to 5 business days. This is day 3. I was just kind of hoping to maybe have something for the weekend so we could go buy the car a battery or, pay for it to have it towed to the dealership and just say, guess what? That's what, fix it. I'm trying to check to see. I don't think it's actually on here. This is just all the residential information. I'm not even looking at the camera. I gotta read this. Report all the changes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so there's that. Gonna go down here and check the mail probably when I'm done with this video. Don't know what time the mail comes. I don't really care. Just know that by 6 I can get it. I think it comes at like 2. But anyways, so hopefully our streams around here are going to get back. The one that on the way to the 7-Eleven are well, when we moved here, it was this nice little wide stream, and over the last week or 2, I've noticed that it's give me a little, well, there's the channel. That's where it mainly flows, but apparently this whole area was only 2 inches deep. I mean, it really only sank like about 3 inches, but the entire stream sank 3 inches. Can you imagine, you know, what the duck pond down there that it drains into went down by? Because it's got 3 feeders on it or something. So, yeah, there's that. 2 golden lotus. Yeah. So, I don't know. I can definitely tell I'm quasi-YouTube lonely. I want more people to talk to. You know, I want to actually have some semblance of social media about this whole thing. But, you know, I'm thinking maybe monetize the videos, because at least the thing there says, hey, YouTube will get your videos noticed if you monetize them. I'm like, well, I could earn a little bit of money, I guess, but who knows? You know, I'm not good at preaching about myself or talking about stuff. So, I mean, I can if it's a big deal, like I'm going to today with sounds and just, you know, it's like think about things for once and sort of meditate on this sort of ideas. And that's what that's going to be, but I've kind of run out of ideas. I mean, I was going to do a Mogu'shan vaults, yeah, thingy, but hopefully I know people will search for it, but I was hoping, but that'll probably be next week once the 3 other bosses open up for Raid Finder, because I'm not in a raiding guild. I'm in a casual guild, and I'll pug in, but I've been too busy to sit in trade chat and pug. So, and none of the people that know me before have whispered me about doing stuff, because they're probably taking it fairly relaxed. So, I'm probably going to do a little strat thing from what I can divine from what you're supposed to do. Not that I mean, probably what's hurting the videos here is it's just me. No pictures of anything else other than the cat and that one, but there's no pictures or anything because I don't have any video editing software. And like I said, this is done from a phone. So I don't have like the great, I mean, it's a good camera. I've been told that, but it could be better. It could be more stable. But yeah, so I'm going to end this one off here, strike up the other little video, just sort of talk. Gold Leader's supposed to be coming over today, but as neurotypicals love to do, they sort of, at least by the way I do things, they fly by the seat of their pants on plans. Like, well, we'll see what it's going to be like. That's how that goes. You know, I've noticed that when I plan things with more people, it gets exponentially more and more out of control, chaotic. And I mean exponentially, like, if there's one other person involved, you got a pretty good idea that it's going to happen. You got like a 1 or a 1.5 variation in the plans. Variation, there we are. It's an exponential variation in the plan. And when you get, it moves up. When you get a second person involved, then it goes up a little bit more, but more than if you just had the 2 people separate. So it's like 1, and you have 2 times the variation. You have 2.5 times the variation. And I haven't done the math on it because I don't have the empirical numbers. But I've noticed that if you try to plan things with like 20 people, yeah, don't. Because even amongst neurotypicals, it never turns out right. It's like, hey, kill me. Or something. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go for now. Getting a little distracted, need to reorganize my thoughts before I talk about sound and the people watching I've done and the things I've come across.